A Valentine's Day secret guaranteed to impress your loved one, and how it relates to your home-based business to improve results and skyrocket your success. All of that and so much more in this morning's marketing tip. Enjoy. Let's get to it. Come on. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, children of all ages, it is moi, Greg Gomez III. No, I'm not French, I am Hispanic. With another morning marketing tip here to help you improve the performance of your home-based business, adding dozens of people every week in your organization so you can get to walk across stage and collect those ridiculously oversized checks. I think they're ridiculous. Where do you keep those things after you get them? Do they take them back? Are they cashable? Do they really have the account numbers on there? I don't know. But they're fun to look at, aren't they? Okay, so today's marketing tip has to do with all about Valentine's Day. As I'm recording this, we're about a week away, or actually by the time you're seeing this, it's probably just a few days away from Valentine's Day. And I was reading a report the other day that actually said, here's how you make your Valentine's Day super special. It comes down to two critical factors. Are you ready for them? Here they are. Number one, plan ahead. Don't wait till last minute to actually go get your gifts. Let me think about this. This goes against thousands, millions of years of evolutionary programming as a male person. Let me think. Okay, I can. Let me try to hold on to that. So number one is plan ahead. All right, but what's the second secret tool to being a Valentine superhero? Spend a lot of money. That's what they said. This whole report, they went through this whole esoteric explanation of all the different reasons why, and what that really came down to was plan ahead and spend lots of money. Okay, fortunately for me, my wife is very practical. She's probably one of the best women in the world. No offense, ladies, but she's awesome. And she doesn't really put a lot of value in material things. She doesn't really care for or need a lot of that stuff. That being said, doesn't mean she doesn't appreciate it. So not every year needs to be diamonds and trips to the Bahamas or any of this kind of stuff. However, every now and then it's very nice. So it's more about the personal touches that go ahead. So really, here's the key. And what does it have to do with your business? All right, so these are obvious things you would think. Doesn't mean that the guys are going to do it. Pretty much most of the guys are still going to go out there and do it last minute. I'm trying to break that cycle myself. However, but the big thing here is plan ahead, spend lots of money. Okay, so how does that apply to your business, and what does that have to do with recruiting more people in your business? Planning ahead, obviously. One of the things that people look and do in their businesses is they kind of have a reactionary, hope-based marketing approach. They go out there, they throw some stuff, some flyers, some brochures, some sample packs, some invitations. They call some folks, and they kind of get soft yeses or maybes as to whether or not people are going to come to a house party, hotel meeting, three-way call, whatever it is. And as soon as they get that, they have the syndrome, what I call happy ears, right? As soon as they hear some type of a maybe or some kind of lukewarm response, woohoo! Sign that person down on the side of the dotted line. That person's coming in my business. He's gonna come in. And I learned this long ago. You can get excited over the folks that are not yet in your business, or you can base your marketing and your recruiting success based on reality. Call me crazy, but reality is kind of this fun thing that actually pays you. You can't cash the check until it's actually been cashed, right? You can't spend the money of some type of commission check until you actually have it in your bank account. You understand that? So it's impossible and unrealistic to think that someone's going to come in until they've actually come in. Don't bet on somebody coming in until they're actually in. So in your case, one of the big things is plan ahead for that. Don't just count on or hope for that those people are going to show up to your business. Get firmer commitments from them to actually show up. And then start tracking your results so you can be sure that if you invite 10 and you get 2 to show, you've got a 20% show rate. Well, okay. What does that have to, where do we go from there? That's so disappointing. Well, it can be if you look at it that way, because you expected 100% of the people to show because they said they were going to show, and they were your friends, so they should show. Or you can actually just go out there and base it in reality and start trying to improve what the numbers are in reality, and start to get them from 20% or 2 people to show to 3 people to show. That's a 50% increase in show rates. That's a dramatic improvement. So you can go from 2 to 3 people to show. That's awesome. You can go to 2 to 5 people to show, or 6 people, or 7 people. As soon as you start measuring your activity, you can then improve it. So by planning ahead, taking notes on who you invited, and actually looking at your process and seeing how it is you're doing things, you thus have the ability to start to improve upon it. Not only what you're saying to get them to show, but who you're talking to in the first place has a big impact on it. Market selection, but you're saying message creation, and then how do you deliver that? Emails, phone calls, belly-to-belly marketing, talking to people in supermarkets, whatever. However you put that message in front of that market, that's a real critical piece of this entire equation. Now, here's the thing you need to understand with all of this, is that by planning ahead, by understanding that many of these folks won't actually show up, however it is you do it, even if you do lead generation online, if you contact them, many of the numbers you're going to get online, a good percentage of them, 10-20%, at least in our case, we get about 15 to 20% inaccurate phone numbers, which is great in the industry as far as I can tell. They're not going to be valid. And even out of those numbers that are valid, you're not going to get a hold of everybody that leaves a number. Even people who requested you to call them, you're not going to get a hold of them. 50% of the people you reach out to are people you'll be able to expect to get a hold of. Great, that's awesome. Then plan ahead for that. How many leads do I need to dial in order to be able to get a hold of X number of people? After I've gotten a hold of X number of people, what is my invite rate to my next step that actually shows? So then I know if I want to get X number of people to my video or my offer or whatever it is, I need to talk to Y number of people. It's simple math. If I get Y or X number of people to my offer, I'm going to get Z number of people that call me back. And after I get Z number of people that call me back, I know I'm going to have A number of closes. So it's simple math. Reverse engineer it. Go back and look at your process. How many people do you reach out to on Facebook and your warm market, and how many people do you email or contact or call or on your warm market list or in cold calling or whatever your process is, lead generation, it doesn't matter. It still breaks down to the same funnel. Plan ahead. Think about this, guys. Structure your offers in such a way and your marketing funnels in such a way that you can reach out to people and track what it is you're doing. How many people do you contact initially? How many people say yes to your initial offering or your initial close? How many of those folks show up to your next step? How many of those folks after the next step actually come back and have a conversation with you? Then how many of them do you get to a buying decision? Then how many of them do you actually get to say yes to your buying decision? And what were the objections or obstacles that kept them from doing that? Track that, improve those activities, then you can reverse engineer. So let's say you get one sale for every, I had talked to a person the other day just like this. And one person that I close 50% of the top people I talk to. Man, I close just about everybody I talk to when they call me back. If I get 3 people to call me back, I'm closing 2 of them. Okay, so let's look at the math there. So out of, let's say it's even better than that. Let's say it's 50% close ratio, and just to give us some fair numbers. So that means you got to talk to 2 people. You're getting 1 of them in your business, right? Okay, cool. So how many people do you have to get to a presentation that call you back so that you can talk to 2 people? Well, typically I have to invite about 20 people. Okay, so you have to invite 20 people to get 2 people to call you back, and then you're getting 1 sale, right? How many people do you have to talk to in order to get 20 people to your presentation, right? Well, I reach out a lot. I contact and I talk to probably about 100 people before I get 20 people to come call me back, okay? So you reach out to 100 people to get 20 people to call you back, which gives you 10 people to actually go to a call, and 20 people that actually go to a call or whatever the math is. 2 people call you back. As a result of that, you get 1 sale. And then, prior to that, how many people are you prospecting ahead of time, or how many people are you actually putting feelers out there for? And when you reverse engineer it this way, what you'll ultimately find out is how many people you need to actually reach out to on a daily basis. Now, there's 2 things to improve on this. This comes down to planning ahead. How do you improve this metric? So that literally means to get 1 sale, according to this result, you got to have 2 people call you back. To get 2 people call you back, you have to have 20 people go to a call or a presentation or webinar, whatever it is, next step. And to get 20 people interested in going to a call, you got to talk to about 100 people. And to actually get a conversation with 100 people, you got to reach out to another, 500 people total in order to find those 100 people that are interested in talking to you, which those are good numbers, guys. People say, well, it's so much. I talked to 500 people. Yeah, if you want to get 1 person in your business, then you're doing it old school cold calling or warm market list marketing. Those are about the average numbers, guys. It's not unrealistic at all. Then we go into factoring how much money do you earn per sign-up, but we'll talk about that another time. So hopefully this isn't too left brain. See, this is what I start with my clients, my consulting clients, and my students. So we look at your process, we look at your funnel, and figure out what's working, what's not. What are you doing right now that's getting people in your business, right? We look at, well, I'm closing 50% of the people I'm talking to. I'm a stud. Okay, cool. I would rather close 20 to 30% of the people I'm talking to, and have a marketing funnel that allows me to talk to less people on the front end, so that I'm generating more revenue in the back end and I'm spending less time doing it. We'll go through the math here in another video, but math is essential to your marketing success. But long story short, in this equation, that means to get 1 person to sign up in your business, you got to talk to 500 people, right? Okay, so let's plan ahead. How do we schedule that out? How do we talk to more people? You can do 2 things here, and this is the point I was going to make about this planning ahead. You can affect this funnel by, number one, doing more of the same activity, increasing the volume of what you're doing. So instead of working 15 hours a week, you have to work 30 hours a week, and now you got 2 people in your business, essentially. Does that make sense? That's one way of doing it. Or another way of doing it is improving your funnel's conversion. Talking to not 500 people, but talk to maybe 200 of the right types of people. And what I mean by that is by people who would be more interested, and or are you typically more interested in what it is you have to offer before you even pick up the phone to talk to them, or reach out to them, or send an email, or send an ad, or however it is you're doing it. Better market targeting, target better people. How do you figure out who your best market is? Plan ahead, look at the people who've already signed up with you, see what they have in common, analyze their efforts, their energies, who they are, and then go back to your original 500 list. Stop targeting. You look at 200 of these people, never ever sign up, and they all have these things in common. Let me stop reaching out to those 200 people. Let me more reach out to these other 300 types of people. And then as you do more and more of this, you'll refine it to about 200 of those types of people and 100 types of those people. You'll find that 20% of your lead share of who you're reaching out to is going to yield 80% of your revenue. That's called niching down your market so you can focus on a specific group. Do that because that's going to concentrate your efforts. It's going to improve your results. That's the lowest hanging fruit. That's what's ultimately going to generate you more revenue. Now, that's number one, is improving who you're talking to in the first place, and then do more of that. That's what I recommend, is improve the funnel. First, pick who you're going after, refine that, make it nichified and more effective. Second, then increase the effectiveness of your sales messaging. Get feedback from your prospects. What is it that they were wanting? Why did they join? Why didn't they join? What specifically were they hoping for in the type of solution you're providing, and what are they looking for in what you provide versus everything else that they've tried? This is important, guys. This is critically important. These people want to buy not because you want them to buy. They want to buy because they need it to fix an issue in their life, whether that's a health issue or an income issue or whatever their issue is, a legal service issue, whatever your benefits are providing, saving money, making money, getting away from a painful situation, moving towards a pleasurable situation, whatever their goals, their motivations, their desires are. You need to get in tune with that so then you can go back and refocus your message to address their specific needs, wants, and desires, right? It's all planning ahead. This all has to do with Valentine's Day. All right. So next is spending a lot of money. Yeah, absolutely. When it's appropriate. Don't spend yourself out of business. A lot of times I see people thinking, I'm going to go out there to the mass market and just get my offer in front of people and I'll make tons of money and I'm going to be happy and everybody's going to be successful. And no, that doesn't work that way. You just get yourself in a lot of debt, or you'll spend yourself right out of business. The key to spending money in your business is making sure that you have a high converting offer on the front end first, percentage-wise. In other words, if I'm talking to not 500 people but 100 people and I'm still getting the same results, getting one person in my business, that's a heck of a lot better than talking to 500 people and getting one person in my business. Do you understand that? So I would much rather talk to 100 people to get one versus talking to 500 people to get one. Make sense? With me? Follow? Yes? Yes, yes? Okay. So now, once I've got it refined that I talk to these 100 people, I get one sale. Now we start to multiply that as long as this one-to-one is profitable. Now, if I'm doing it for free, doing physical activities like free talking and emails and all of this stuff, bill yourself out at $10 an hour. Now, you probably wouldn't work for $10 an hour, not that I'm aware of. And if you would, then bill your hours out at $10 an hour. And if it takes you, to get 100 people 20 hours a week, that's $200 a week that it's costing you to get that one sale. How much did you earn from the sale? Was it $100, $200, $500, $1,000 big ticket sales? If it's a big ticket item, it's usually worth it. You got a good positive ROI. If not, you got to refine this number so that you're increasing this, or you're getting it under ad spend here, or what your revenue return on investment is. If it's a continuity-based program, in other words, you get paid month to month to month, then you might go 2 or 3 months before you actually see a profit. That's okay. That's all right. The key is can you float financially? Can you afford to do that for the short time frame? It might take you 3 to 6 months before you build a positive cash flow pipeline. That's fine. But the key is minimizing your front end costs, whether that's lead generation, actually paying for ads, or whatever it is you're doing, or your time expense, because your time, in my opinion, is way more valuable than any dollars you can shell out. It's just a matter of if you've got it or not. Start small, get a positive ROI, and then you leverage it out. Then you spend a lot of money. Case in point. Our marketing systems, people ask all the time, well, how much money do you spend on your advertising? Well, I spend as much as I possibly can, thousands of dollars on a daily basis, as often as we can. Why? Because we see a positive ROI of about 3 to 5 to 1 on our monies. In other words, if I put $1 in, I get $3 to $5 back every time I do it. How many times do I want to stuff $1 in that machine, right? On the other hand, if you've got a losing conversion model, you stick $1 in there and it gives you 75 cents back, how much dollars do you want to stuff in there? Well, not many, because it's losing money. So every time you stick $1 in or a $5 bill in and it loses money, you got to adjust your funnel to make sure that you're getting as close to profitable as possible. Even if it's break even or at a little bit of a lead loss, that's okay if your back end converts well enough. Am I going too fast for here? This is standard business stuff, guys. You've got to know this, okay? So again, once you've got your conversion model to $5 and you get $7.50 back, which is a minimum in my opinion. Typically I like to have a 2-to-1 return, so $5 in, $10 out. Again, once you have that, then it's leverageable. Then you can go out and see how many more people can I get like this? How fast, how large, how rapid can I go out there and start targeting other folks? Because when you do that, then you've got a business model that works. So plan ahead and spend lots of money. Not just for Valentine's Day, but for your business as well. There's lots that goes into this. I'm sure I went way too fast. Watch this video again. We've spent a lot of time going over this, but this is probably one of the most important business lessons I can provide you, which is how to get your business into profitability. So it's simple. Plan ahead and spend tons of money. As always, I appreciate you. Could have been anywhere in the world for the last 16 minutes. You chose to sit here and listen to me rant about business production and metrics and all this other stuff. Math is awesome. It's perfect for business. It's exactly what you need. There's not enough of it in this industry. And I would like to know how I confused you here, because I'm sure I did for some of you. Comment below. Let me know what you liked about this or what you didn't understand or what you need some more clarification on, and I'll answer those questions in the comment section like I always do. And as always, like and +1 above, and then subscribe to the right. Take action right now, my friend, because once you know these numbers, once you know your business's numbers, you can go out there and produce phenomenal results. But only after you've measured can you then improve. I think it was Peter Drucker that says you can't improve if you don't measure. And that's absolutely true. If you're not measuring your activity, you can't produce and get results. If you don't plan ahead to think about what's going to be going on in your business and really analyze what's working now and what's not working now, eliminate the losers and improve the winners, you wind up not being able to get the results that you want in your business. And you want better results, right? You want bigger checks. You want the financial lifestyle and time freedom that you set out to get when you first joined your network marketing company, right? Right? Yes? Awesome. Fill in the comment section below and like and +1 and subscribe to the right. I'll see you in the next video. Hope you enjoyed this. I'll talk to you soon. My brothers and sisters. Bye.